The obstacles seen at the House of Representatives were cleared earlier today. Main opposition CPN UML consented to clear the obstructions after it was finally agreed to remove the accusation raised by a CPN Maoist lawmaker against CPN UML and its chairperson KP Sharma Oli about the alleged massive financial embezzlement regarding gold painting at the Pashupatinath temple. Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha and these are the headlines of the hour. An official schedule of Prime Minister Dahal's India visit publicized. Foreign Minister Sod claims discussion on border issues will be held. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal responds to the queries raised on the government's policies and programs, emphasizes on national consensus to root out corruption. Efforts underway to minimize the budget volume following reports of constraints in meeting resources, old projects in priority list. And Sankata stun high-flying church boys at the A-Division League. APF win against Jaulakhel. Machindra and Army share points. The schedule of Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal's official visit to India has been made public. Nepal's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and India's Ministry of External Affairs jointly announced that Prime Minister Dahal would be taking a 4-day visit to India from 31st of May to 3rd of June. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs informed that Premier Dahal will be visiting India on the invitation of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. According to the ministry, a team comprising Premier Dahal's daughter Ganga Dahal, ministers, secretaries and other high-ranking officials will accompany the Prime Minister during the India visit. Premier Dahal is also scheduled to pay courtesy calls on Indian President Draupadi Murmu and Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar during the visit. Likewise, Prime Minister Dahal is scheduled to hold a representative-level meeting with his Indian counterpart Narendra Modi at Hyderabad House on 1st of June, coming Thursday. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a joint press meet will be held after the meeting. Indian Prime Minister Modi will also hold a luncheon in honor of Premier Dahal and the Nepali delegation. Likewise, Premier Dahal is scheduled to address the Nepal-India Trade Summit, which is being jointly organized by the Federation of Nepalese Chambers of Commerce and Industry and Confederation of Indian Industry. Premier Dahal will also take part in an interaction program with business persons of both the countries. The Prime Minister is also scheduled to hold discussions with members of the Nepali society in India at a welcome ceremony to be organized by Nepali Ambassador to India, Shankar Sharma. Prior to returning to Nepal, Prime Minister Dahal is also scheduled to visit Indore and Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh. This will be Dahal's 4th visit to India as the Prime Minister of Nepal. Meanwhile, Minister for Foreign Affairs NP Sod has informed that the issues of border encroachment at Kalapani, Lipulek and Limpiadhura will also be raised during the Prime Minister's India visit. According to Minister Sod, the other agenda include trade, agriculture, energy and aviation routes. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal has claimed that the government's policies and programs have identified a clear roadmap for the upcoming fiscal year. Responding to the queries raised by the lawmakers at the House session today, Prime Minister Dahal opined that the policies and programs were a government document of national consensus and therefore parties were obliged to adhere by them. Prime Minister Dahal further pledged that categorical work plans would be introduced for the implementation of the policies and programs. The Prime Minister also pointed out the need for national consensus and unity to address the various complexities seen. Prime Minister Dahal also said that the government was focused on corruption control and good governance. He said that the government was committed to resolve the fake Bhutanese refugee scam along with other irregularities as well. Prime Minister Dahal also urged the political parties to do soul searching, citing that there was growing public frustrations against the parties. Government preparations to form the budget for the upcoming fiscal year, which is to be presented at the Parliament this Monday, is at its final stage. However, the tax rate will be finalized only tomorrow night. According to the Ministry of Finance, the budget draft is at its final stage. Finance Minister Prakash Charan Mahat has said that he has been meeting Prime Minister Dahal on a daily basis to inform him about the issues included in the budget and to receive his suggestions on what to add. The personal secretariat of the finance minister has informed that the finance minister, along with high-ranking officials of the ministry, have been working long hours to incorporate the prime minister's suggestions into the budget. It has been said that the budget volume will shrink this time around as the budget ceiling of most ministries have been reduced. Old projects are in the priority list of the budget. As the National Planning Commission has urged to make the budget of the Ministry of Fiscal Infrastructure below 100 billion rupees, new projects have not been included. The Ministries of Urban Development, Tourism and Drinking Water have also proposed programs for the budget by concluding the old programs first. The Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock has also proposed less budget for programs compared to last year, except for chemical fertilizers. The National Planning Commission has already said that the budget will be centered on projects that will give results within a year and halt the budget for a few projects. Meanwhile, the National Resource Estimate Committee has suggested a budget volume of 1,688 billion rupees. In our Public Voice segment today, we have asked people in several provinces what should the top priority of the budget for the upcoming fiscal year be. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
प्राथमिकता चाहिँ स्वास्थ्यलाई दिनुपर्छ र अर्को प्राथमिकता भनेको रोजगारलाई दिनुपर्ने हुन्छ।
पर्यटनलाई विशेष प्राथमिकतामा राख्नुपर्ने देखिन्छ।
पर्यटन र उद्योगमा केन्द्रित गरिकन रोजगार उत्पादन गर्ने।
कृषि र पर्यटनमा सरकारले एकदम फोकस गर्न एकदमै जरुरी छ।
स्वास्थ्य र शिक्षा यसमा चाहिँ बजेटको सबभन्दा बढी प्राथमिकता हुनुपर्ने।
निश्चित लक्षित वर्गको लागि आउनुपर्छ र अन्य ठुला वर्गको लागि जरुरत छैन।
कृषि प्रधान देश भएको कारणले कृषिलाई प्रायोरिटी दिने, कृषिलाई अनुसन्धानमूलक बनाउने।
एक नम्बरमा शिक्षा है, दुई नम्बरमा स्वास्थ्य अनि यो बेरोजगार युवाहरूको लागि
सबभन्दा बढी बजेट दिएर मधेसलाई चाहिँ विकास गर्न एकदम नितान्त आवश्यक छ।
कृषिलाई पहिलो प्राथमिक रूपमा लिनुपर्छ।
पहिलो शिक्षा, त्यसपछि स्वास्थ्यमा।
वैदेशिक रोजगार भन्दा पनि नेपालमै के गर्न सकोस् भनेर नेपालीहरूलाई पनि अलिकति हेर्नु पर्यो कि यसपालि चाहिँ।
स्वास्थ्य, शिक्षा र कृषिमा चाहिँ बढी जोड दिएर ल्याउनुपर्छ।
कृषिमा दिनुपर्छ हैन, पर्यटकीमा दिनुपर्छ।
महिलाहरूलाई रोजगार सृजना कसरी गर्ने, प्रबन्धन कसरी गरेर लाने भन्ने विषयमा चाहिँ विशेष चाहिँ फोकस गर्नुपर्छ।
सबैभन्दा धेरै लगानी नै उत्पादनशील क्षेत्रमा हुनुपर्छ।
Sricha Pradhan has been crowned Miss Nepal World 2023 at the Miss Nepal Beauty Pageant held earlier today.
Miss Nepal World 2023.
In the grand finale held in Lalitpur's Godavari, 23-year-old Pradhan left behind her compatriots to clinch the coveted title. Pradhan, who hails from Kathmandu, was also crowned with the title of the Face of the Year and Miss DHI. Likewise, Prasiddhi Shah won the title of Miss Nepal International, while Reina Majgaya won the title of Miss Nepal Earth. Meanwhile, the organizers' hidden treasure has already decided to send Miss Nepal 2022 Priyanka Rani Joshi to this year's Miss World Beauty Pageant. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, why has the trend of holding development projects and failing to ensure timely completion continued unabated? 56% voted for A, involvement of government, 41% voted for B, weak laws, and 3% voted for C, practical complications. And here's today's question. What could be the reason for the dilly-dallying in the investigations carried out by the CIAA? Your options are A, political influence, B, questionable capabilities, and C, lack of human resources. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the international update. Police in Kosovo fired tear gas at small groups of ethnic Serbs who tried to block the entrance of municipal buildings. Small groups of ethnic Serbs in northern Kosovo have clashed with police while trying to block the entrance of municipal buildings to prevent recently elected officials from entering. Police fired tear gas and several cars were set ablaze. In response to the clashes, Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić has said that he put the army on a higher state of alert. Vučić also said that he ordered an urgent movement of Serbian troops to the border with Kosovo. Media reports also said that because of violence against Kosovo Serbs, Vučić demanded that NATO-led troops stationed in Kosovo protect them from the Kosovo police.
Sports news.
Sri Lanka have finished 5th at the Kava Women Volleyball Championship. The island nation produced a straight sets victory over Kyrgyzstan to claim the 5th spot. In the match held earlier today to finalize rankings, Sri Lanka won in straight sets 25-11, 25-20, 25-14 to come third among the 8 participating nations. Likewise, in the match to decide the 7th place, Maldives got the better of Bangladesh. After conceding the first set 21-25, Maldives won the next 3 sets to finish 7th. Maldives won the next 3 sets 25-14, 25-23, 25-15. With the win, Maldives finished 7th, while Bangladesh had to settle for the 8th position. Meanwhile, Nepal will take on Uzbekistan tomorrow to finalize the 3rd position. Nepal's match against Uzbekistan is slated for 11 a.m. kickoff. Likewise, the tournament finale between India and Kazakhstan is slated for 2 p.m. tomorrow. Relegation threatened Sankata stunned table toppers Church Boys in the match played at Dasrath Stadium today. The first half ended goalless despite both the teams creating a number of opportunities. In the 69th minute, Sankata scored in a swift counter-attack. Yusuf Atris made full use of a solo effort by Nelson Jr. to put Sankata ahead. Despite the loss, Church Boys remain at the top of the league with 38 points. The win was a massive boost for Sankata, who have now come out of the relegation zone. Meanwhile, Armed Police Force blanked title contenders Jalakal Youth Club 2-0 to climb to the top 6 position of the Martyrs Memorial A-Division League table. In the first match of the round of 22 played at the Dasrath Stadium in Tripureshwar today, Armand Bidom opened the scoring for APF in the 23rd minute. Bidom made good use of the cross from Saran Basnet and passed through 2 Jalakal defenders to score. Awash Lamichane found the back of the net in the first half injury time to double APF's lead. Jalakal skipper Simanta Thapa had blocked a strike from Yuvraj Khadka, but Lamichane scored from the rebound. Both the teams were reduced to 10 players in the 85th minute. APF captain Naveen Lama and Jalakal's Abdul Aziz were both red-carded after they were involved in a dispute. APF held on to the lead to secure the 2-0 win over Jalakal. APF have remained undefeated in their last 3 matches. With the win, APF have climbed to the top 6 position, securing 29 points from 22 matches. Meanwhile, Jalakal, who are at the top 3 spot of the league table, are winless in their last 5 matches. Jalakal, who have 34 points from 22 matches, are 4 points behind league leaders Church Boys United. Meanwhile, second-placed Machindra played a 1-all draw against Tribhuvan Army Club in another match today. In the match played at Lalitpur's Chasal ground, Army took the lead in the 17th minute. The goal scorer for Army was Dinesh Hemjan. After trailing by a goal, Machindra put up a valiant effort to come back into the match in the second half. The efforts were fruitful as Machindra scored the equalizer in the 60th minute as they were gifted an own goal by Yuddhashai, who slotted home in his own net while trying to clear a ball that came from a corner. Machindra FC's custodian Bishal Shrestha, who came up with a number of close saves, was adjudged the man of the match. Machindra FC remain in the 2nd position with 36 points from 22 matches, while Tribhuvan Army are in the 4th place with 30 points. And it's time now for the weather update. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.